And welcome to another edition of Win at the Horses. I'm Joe Kelley, my dad, Bill Kelley, on the other side of the country out in Vegas. I'm here just a stone's throw away from the track at Saratoga. And it was a good day at the Saratoga today, weather-wise. So,
Well, we're getting your weather.
oh,
It's pouring out here.
okay. So, yeah, what's up with that? Yeah,
Yeah, our
who
turf,
knows?
we've taken everything off the turf here.
Yeah. Are you excited about the sports teams moving into town?
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, right.
Well, it won't be the first time that I've ever lived in a town with the Raiders,
That's
and
right. Yeah, yeah. And you didn't
or
jump ship.
and Oakland actually.
Right, right.
So
So we've got the wrap up to Saratoga. The Monday, Labor Day is the last day of Saratoga's meet, and Del Mar has a big weekend of stakes as well. Pacific Classic is the highlight of the weekend. Big field there. Um, you want to get rolling with the stakes at Del Mar? I have the seventh race at Del Mar Stakes on the turf.
got it.
Um,
Okay.
some big fields out there, yeah. So which is pretty good, right?
Yeah, and I listen to a horse show in the morning, and what's filling up the apparently filling up the races at Del Mar are the Ship and Wind
Okay,
horses. They're getting quite a few, between 10 and 15 every race, or every race day, excuse me,
right.
every race day. So they're coming from other parts of the country. So it's really been good for California.
And actually, they run only 4 days a week, right? Or no,
They
three.
No, for Del Mar, because
Okay,
they
four.
go Thursday through Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So,
And this week they're going five, so they're going.
oh yeah, Labor Day.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at this mile on the turf. And for myself, I'm always looking for a sharp horse, maybe a good workout. But it seems like a lot of the horses come into this race pretty sharp. You've got a lot of different ages in here: 8-year-olds, 4-year-olds. How are you looking at this race?
Uh, the let me just take a peek at the projected pace because I didn't note it.
Okay,
It's my fault. Um,
I've got a hot pace. I don't know if you're seeing what you're using.
well, it may be uncontested. I think the two may have the beyond a lone lead, you know. And the two is obviously a potential
Right.
horse in this race. Um, the Where did I lost you somehow? How did I do that?
I'm not visible to
Here
you.
we go.
Oh, okay.
I lost in my on my computer.
Okay, that's all right.
I think the favorite should be the 8,
Hmm.
War at Sea,
Right.
and then uh, the 4 should be pretty good. So it may be an 8-4-2 in my mind.
Yeah. Also, another one that came up, possibly I was looking at, was the number 7. I'm a Gambler. Second. No, actually, it ran in the States. It's the third time in the States. Seems
Mm-hmm.
to, but it ran a decent third in the stakes, California stakes race back then. And this Antonio Frezu is riding lights out there, right?
Right, he is.
Yeah.
They just
So,
hit him with a 7 or 8 day suspension because he's hit the horse too many times. I mean,
oh yeah, right.
ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. As somebody said this morning, it's the only sport where if you're trying to win, you get penalized.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And it's in the heat of the action, it's got to be tough to
Oh,
pull
keep
back.
track of, yeah. And
Yeah.
and the whip doesn't. I mean, you're talking about it's more sound than it is, you know, beating anything. It's ludicrous. The whole thing is ludicrous.
Yeah. A lot of things need to be looked at in the
Wow.
business. The summer of disenchantment with the horse players.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at another stakes race at Del Mar. It's a grade 3 Torrey Pines, 1 mile on the dirt for fillies, 3-year-olds. Race number 8 at Del Mar. Do you look for an improving horse this late into the season? What do you look for?
Well, I think as every trainer intention and but Del Mar, like Saratoga, is very much of a horse for course type of, having won at the course is a big increase. And in this race, Bafford's got the 9, Vesa, which is has a win at the track,
Mm-hmm.
and is Pratt is heading out to or Del Mar for the weekend. So,
Right.
or at least he's out there for Friday. I don't know whether or Saturday. So I'm not quite sure what his plans are. But between Saratoga, Kentucky Downs, and California, he's got plenty of opportunities.
Right.
So I didn't see a whole lot more in this race. What did you think?
As far I like to look for the long shots a lot of the times, and I'm going with the Todd Fincher duo here. The number 3 Flying Connection, which should be prominent along in the pace, and also the number 5 Olivia Twist with the soon to be sitting on the bench, Mr. Frezu. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but
But
I know it's
the interesting thing about the 5 is that he's had 3 better speed figures. The last 3 times he's improved each time,
right.
which is
That's true.
always a good sign for me.
Right. And in routes too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Although I don't know why they stuck him on turf. Maybe off the bench they brought him back on turf. Maybe just to get his thinking going right.
Right. Yeah.
So I think you got it covered there between the 3 to 5 and the 9.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going into the shortest races of the day right now. The shortest race, the 5 furlong on the turf, the Green Flash Handicap race number 9, a grade 3 at Del Mar. And I've had success this meet. I think I've caught a couple of good prices this meet. I mean, I don't play it on the regular, but the times I've been playing a contest, I have searched out the horse who has the best early speed and hope, the designation's right. And I like Beer Can Man in this one, number 5.
Well, one of the things to note on this one is that 7 of the last 13 races have been won by the favorite.
Oh, wow.
So
Are you talking the 5 furlongs?
5 furlongs.
Okay.
And looking at this, it looks like Inside has a big advantage. Inside Gates.
Right.
And you have to be relatively close at the 3/4. You got to be no further than 3 lengths off the pace. So you got to make your move basically on the turn, I would think. And,
so who you seen at this one?
you're asking me who I think.
Yeah. Quick.
I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
Joe, I looked at this race. Well, let's look at the three. The three is a horse for course. He's
Mhm.
he's been on the Del Mar turf 3 times, and he's won 3 times. At the distance, he's 3 for 4. So I would think the three, and the morning line is 6-1. So if he's anywhere close to 6-1, you got to give
Yeah.
him a
Right.
look. And Hector Barrios has been very, very good on the turf in particular. It's out there. So.
This is the Phil D'Amato Invitational.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He's got like three of them.
Oh, does he? Who
Yeah,
are the
I
other
was-
ones? Who are the other ones?
Well, the Beer Can Man, the one I gave the number 5 in, he's also has the number 8 Motorius. So yeah, he's well represented.
That's Rispoli, who's been, doing a lot of positive work for D'Amato.
Mm-hmm.
It's questionable whether he's going to ride. He didn't ride today. He clipped heels and went down and got stepped on by a horse on both his legs. No broken bones, but
Right.
he's sore. So there's a question mark whether he's going to be riding.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if he
Yeah,
suits up. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, all three of those. I mean, D'Amato is unconscious in the
Right.
turf. So, in any event, I've got the three on top, but wouldn't surprise me that the 5 it would be a big horse there.
So watch the board. It's got to be.
I mean, here I'm touting the 3 as a horse for course, and the 5 is run the course 4 times and finish first 3 times and finish second once. So I mean, you might want to take a peek at. Let me do that. I can the D'Amato. Let's see.
You're looking at Phil D'Amato?
Yeah. Oh, I had the wrong race. That makes sense. I was looking at the D'Amato and Vasquez win at 15%. They've got 122 or 99 races, and they've won 15. D'Amato and Hector Barrios have started 34 times and won 24%. And D'Amato and Rispoli 96 times, 19%. So the 3, I think that 3 is a player here.
Okay, so that's we're going to move along right now to the big one, the Pacific Classic, which is race number 10 over at Del Mar, and a Pacific Classic, 1.25 miles for 3-year-olds and up. Now, Go Rocket Ride upset out on the East Coast at Monmouth. What do you think Mandela's strategy? Of course, do you think he's going all out for this race, or do you think he's going to reserve something in the tank for the Breeders' Cup?
Yeah, I mean, there's enough time to the Breeders' Cup. I don't think that this is a big race in California.
Right.
I don't think that comes into play.
And plus, it's like a 2-month. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
The interesting thing to me about there's a couple of things that looking at this race, I listened to John Slatton who broke down each contestant by the thoroughgraph numbers.
Okay.
There's no question that Go Rocket Ride is sitting on a big race. I mean, his last race in Jersey, he ran a minus 0.3, minus below 0. No one else in the race has come close to that. The closest one would be Arabian Night ran a 1.3. So the horses that to me are contenders are the 1 Go Rocket Ride, the 3 Solero Boy,
Mm-hmm.
the 5 who was defunded, the 7 Slow Down Andy, and the 9 Arabian Night. So those 5 horses I have as potential winners. Now, in the history of this race, there have been 3-year-olds that have won the race.
Okay.
But, and the fact, this is interesting, is that the 3-year-olds are getting 6 pounds from their older challengers. That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight. And at this time of year, the 3-year-olds are basically caught up to their, so it seems to me that if I was to pick a horse just on the numbers alone, I think it would come down to the Go Rocket Ride and Defunded. Defunded is an interesting horse because he's gotten better. He's run, as a 5-year-old, he's run 5 once in a row. We're talking about Go Rocket Ride running him a minus 0.3, right?
Right.
This horse has run a 1 on thoroughgraph numbers 5 straight times. So I mean, if Go Rocket Ride stubs his toe,
Yep.
Defunded would be the one that I would say pick up the pieces.
I've got a couple long shots, maybe to throw into exotics. The number 11 Skinner, coming off a break with John Sheriff's, working pretty well. A
He's
Curlin
never
sire.
come close to that number though. He may be just too slow. I mean, his best number is 2.5.
You talking
That
about the
was-
sheets?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, and that was this year, but he had a bet scratch for the Kentucky Derby. The 2.5 is what got him all the noise in the Kentucky Derby, and then he gets scratched, the bet scratch, because he ran a fever.
Right.
And he's only run once since that, and it was a 4.1, 4.25. So I mean, he's a good trainer and all.
Right.
And the other thing I heard this morning is that there's a feeling that the 2 Katona will
Yeah,
scratch.
that was the other. Oh, really? Okay. Well, yeah, that was my other long shot
Yeah.
push. So,
I
okay.
mean, it's not official yet, but the
Right,
word
right.
is that it's going to scratch. Let me just take a peek at their the overall history of these guys. I like to look for horses that have a propensity to run underneath.
Okay.
And the only one that I see that really would come under that would be the 10, and he's way too soft. So I've got no help for you there. So I think it comes down to the 1 and 9 to win, and the fun is the fun. So maybe a good play might be 1 and 5 over the 1, 9, or 1 and 9 over the 1, 9, 5 in exactness.
Yeah, this should be a really interesting race.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good race, and for California, all these horses, other than the to me the throwouts would be the 6 and the 10. All the others could, and possibly the 4.
So right after the Pacific Classic, we've got a marathon race, a 1.3 Del Mar Handicap on the turf, presented by the Japan Racing Association. But no horses coming over from Japan. I'm looking for this race, just the local crowd. I liked Planetario with your aforementioned Mr. Hector Barrios and Mandela in this. What do you look for in a race such as a distance like this, particularly?
Believe it or not, I like speed. I like horses that can get out there and gallop, plus horses that have indicated that not only can go the distance, but have gone the distance at this distance. Even speed figures like this, these long races really don't mean anything.
Right.
Because it's all pace dependent. And I would say that looking at this race, the horse that has a lot of, the horse that can close the best is the 3. None above the law.
Should be a nice price.
It is 15 to 1. Right. Miller's a decent. Has never run this far though, but so he's, that's a risky horse anyway. The other one you might take a look at is the 4, Mr. Cut, who hasn't run that distance either. Let me look overseas. He ran 10 furlongs in France, 10 furlongs in England, and won. So he's got a 10 furlong race that is won in a stakes. They call it the Bet UK Churchill Stakes in England. Linfield.
Oh, okay.
So, well, the interesting that this horse ran it on synthetic.
Okay.
Although he's run on turf. I mean, he's won significantly on turf. So, but Sadler's, someone that you can rely on. So he'll have them ready. So to me, the 3 and the 4. How about you?
Yeah, like I said, the Planetario, I was going to keep in that race for with some good late speed. We got to push on because we're getting close on time. So
Okay,
I think we'll just move over to Saratoga
right.
and Kentucky Downs. We'll leave it for another day to talk about Kentucky
Okay.
Downs. But you got Saratoga race number 3. Hey, we're at the same distance, 1 mile and 3/8. The Flower Bowl draws a huge field. Wow.
Yeah.
It's four horses right here.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't believe it when I saw that. I mean, this is even before it scratches. The horse, we don't have to talk about it. The 2 is going to dominate this race.
Right. If you see any upset, maybe the 1 to get somewhere in, but might be a
Okay, I
yeah.
can see the 1 as a
Right.
possible,
Right.
but the 2 is lays over the field like I.
Right. And it'll have a local flavor to the 1 with Parnack West Point thoroughbreds. So yeah.
Against Clarovich. Should be a good one.
Yeah. I'm rooting for the 1. Nothing against Clarovich, but when you see that the red and white silks nonstop all meet, yeah.
They're not difficult to. Well, West Point is easy to pick out too. So
Yeah. But yeah, so this is we'll go on to race number 5, Saratoga. This is a pretty interesting race. The Prioress for fillies, 3-year-olds, race number 5, and another small field. But how are you looking at this one? Any?
I have it 5-4-1.
5-4-1. Okay. How about the number 3 closing? You see any potential there, or just out of its league?
No, I mean, no, he's not out of the league. He's run the distance 4 times, finished first twice and second once. So I mean, he's got history.
Right.
The only thing I thought about this is that the 5 has got speed, could be controlling speed, and he's on the outside.
Yeah.
So
maybe
that was my reasoning. Although I'm never comfortable about Rosario. I don't know what it is about him. I never get him right. But the other one is you see, there's a lot of speed in this race.
Mm-hmm.
So your 3, the 2 and the 3 are actually, the 3 is the one that could close, but there's a lot of speed here. Every horse, they all want the lead.
Yeah. And it has been speed favoring. Well, at least
I mean,
not as
the 2
pronounced
and the
today.
5 need the lead. Okay.
Right.
And I think the 5 is faster out of the gate, and he's outside, which always allows a jock to have multiple decisions or multiple opportunities to make. The only thing, the thing that again, the thing that bothers me about Rosario is he looks over the last week or 2 he looks indecisive, and that's not what you need in a jockey in a big race. But
well, when I'm at the track tomorrow when he comes out, I will pass on I'll pass on a note. Oh, you don't hear me?
Whoops. No, you're not. I got my hand fell out. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was saying I'll be sure once he's coming out of the jocks room tomorrow to pass on your
Whisper in his
your
ear.
advice. Yeah. I said my dad, you know, who
Says,
used to ride
go,
used,
Daddy, go.
used to ride used to ride in Hong Kong, said just go, first inclination.
Well, Rosario, that's another story. He was out there and left.
Oh, okay.
So, in any event, I would, you know,
Well, the eighth race had, I guess they were building in. They had 3 MTOs, which they're going to be taken off tomorrow if the weather holds up. It's supposed to. 6-horse race. It'll be
supposed to be nice.
Yeah, Harvey Pack Stakes in honor of the legendary Harvey Pack. 5.5 furlongs on the turf. I was looking at the 2 Dancing Buck, but coming off a layoff and at that morning line price, I don't know. If it sticks there, I may take a pass on that one. How are you seeing this?
I had the 2 also.
Oh, okay.
He's got 3. Something I like. His last. What did I like the 3? Oh, he's coming off a layoff.
Yeah.
But he's done okay off a layoff before.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's been working at the training track predominantly, so it's deeper over there.
Yeah. Well, the main track is pretty deep also, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. But the training track, I mean, I'm no expert, but it looks a little deeper. So.
Yeah. Well, it should be. We're trying to strengthen up horses.
Right.
Let me take a quick peek at this because my notes are I have it also 4 and 5.
4 and 5, okay.
Either way, 5, 4, 4, 5.
So we'll wrap up with race number 11, which is the Jockey Club Gold Cup, Grade 1, 1.25 miles, and the stakes for 3-year-olds and upward. And they did sign up 8, so things are looking up in this race. You go ahead. How are you looking at the Jockey Club Gold Cup, which is now being held here in Saratoga?
Oh, it used to be down in Belmont, right?
Yeah, same with the Flower Bowl.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why that changed.
Yeah, they're not going back to Belmont. They're going to Aqueduct.
Is it going to be a Belmont at Aqueduct type of thing?
Yeah, another BAQ. I think that's what they call it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is race 11, right?
Yeah, race 11. You got it.
I had it. Well, it's interesting to me, and I do this as a matter of fact. The 1 is the only horse that's actually ever won a Grade 1.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And that's Proxy. But that was I don't like that. I think that horse, he's a 5-year-old, and I think although he won his last race, I think he's on the decline. The horse that the other horse they talk about is the 6, Tyson.
Yeah. Some great pedigree for.
But he's only run on synthetic. Now maybe this is good trainer Josie Carroll, but really has never been on dirt, which is unusual. And it's got speed. So, I mean, definitely a contender. Has in speed figures has actually got the best speed figures, recent speed figures, and has won a grade 2. So,
Josie's also running the 7, Duke of Love, 15-1.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The horse that, to me, I would, I like the 5-6 over before.
5-6 over the 4. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Right. So you think, the 4 could be vulnerable, definitely.
Well, he's I mean, he's probably going to be the favorite.
Right.
So, we'll try to beat him. His last 4 tries, he's been first 3 times and second once. So, I mean, we're plus the fact I made money on that horse.
Oh, okay. So you got a little sentimental attachment.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would, what have you, just a sideline, have you been reading the debate on moving away from dirt and putting it on synthetic?
Yeah. I've been keeping tabs on people's comments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I know I read a good article with Mark Cassidy. Did you see that article?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I don't know. I don't know if Saratoga will go for.
Well,
for some-
Belmont is already putting in synthetic.
Yeah. Right.
Primarily because I mean, it makes sense. I mean, California, went crazy in the 90s, making all their tracks synthetic.
Right.
And the interesting thing to me is in that article that you quoted, Cassie, he makes, or no, it was the CEO of Woodbine. And he was saying the idea that synthetics don't improve the safety aspect is false. They've been keeping data for the last decade, so they know.
Right.
Now, racing has hurt itself because they if in fact it's proven that synthetics are safer, you're almost to the point saying, well, why haven't it changed? I mean, you say now in defense of dirt, the figures since 2009, the death total in the United States on racing on horses, thoroughbreds, is down 35%.
Right. Yeah, I heard
With
Bick
all
talking
the-
about that. Yeah.
But okay, it's down 35. But how is that in relationship to the figures on dirt? The other thing synthetic. The other thing that question I have is, I don't know what you saw today, but Heiser is going to make a study on the effects of LASIK.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, which is great. I'm not criticizing that. But what the hell has racing been doing over the last 25, 30 years? People don't remember, but at one time in New York, you couldn't run on any drugs on race day. It was mid '80s somewhere that they began to allow race
Yeah, it
day
was
Lasix and
and
Butte and
yeah,
all.
right.
So
Yeah, I'm the breakdowns national TV like that and just the manner of it. I mean, it just put the
but
huge spotlight on it. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, the problem in my mind is by hiding everything,
Right.
they are they're doing the industry and themselves a disservice.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
turns out the horse that broke down uh, over the weekend, who was that?
New York Thunder.
New York Center.
Right.
He had been scratched 4 different times by the vet.
Wow.
Now, that would be the first thing I would bring out. Okay, this has not been a sound horse
Mhm.
in his career. And he's running at a very high pace. It was interesting. You heard Sean Clancy on Capital OTB the
Yeah,
other day.
yeah, he was on over the weekend. Yeah.
And the one thing he talked about, which is, again, we just don't mention, is the effect stress has on an animal. And Clancy's is a jump rider.
Right.
It was a jump rider. And he has horses, has a farm, rides horses, and owns jumpers.
Right.
Uh, I think he owns flats too. But he says that even if he's stressed, and he goes riding on a horse on his farm, he can tell the difference. The horse reacts to they have a natural sense
Right.
of the stress. So you take these horses and you put them into those huge crowds that Saratoga has
On a Saturday. Yeah.
on a Saturday,
Travers.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean they feel that. I mean they know the stress.
Yeah.
So and Clancy was saying, well, maybe the best thing is not to have these great big days, big races, but not the whole day.
Yeah. Yeah. I know there was talk before, like it kind of takes away like the midweek and or Friday, right, by having everything
Space
on
it
one day.
out. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is this this industry is run by the bettors.
Yeah.
You could talk about how much the owners put in, and they do put a lot of money into this, but it's the bettors that run the game,
Right.
and it's the bettors who get screwed all the time.
Hey, I'll
Just-
going back to your point about the horse's feelings, son. I don't know if I told you this because from going to the Oklahoma track, there was one instance where one rider. I mean, it's pretty quiet there. It's not. He's going down the track, and I'm listening to him. He's right next to me on the rail, going, "MF you effing you F," like this. I'm thinking, I hope he was talking to somebody on a microphone, his boss, a trainer or something, and not the horse. I don't know. I never got the saddlecloth to see what barn he was out of, but this
Maybe
guy, a horse.
college in the area, you got an FMU near there. He's
Oh yeah, yeah,
singing the chant.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the
yeah.
fight songs.
He was upset with something, and I don't know. I hope it wasn't the horse, but I'm kind of leaning towards maybe it was the horse. I didn't get the saddlecloth, so
Yeah.
But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff in all sorts of industries, people and everything. So,
But I mean, in all these problems, I mean, we've talked about this before with medication, etc. They're always after the trainer, but in reality,
yeah,
the person that you got to start with is the vet. They're the ones that are shooting them up and giving them the
right.
medicine, not the trainer. So,
Yeah.
in any event,
Yeah, they haven't peeled the onion to see everything going on, but I'm sure that's a likelihood of one of the big problems. Yeah, like you mentioned.
Well, today is a big Met game. They
Oh
brought
yeah,
up they brought
Mauricio,
up
right?
Mauricio, yeah, and Baby's back,
Oh, okay. So
and then they fired a lot of their management in
yeah, I
front
saw
office.
that. Yeah, during the
Uh,
season.
yeah, well, season's over.
Yeah,
I mean, highest paid. I mean, this is a disgrace. The highest paid team in the history of baseball is going to finish last. And there's no reason. Why are these guys, I mean,
right.
why are these guys not up there?
Yeah, what are
Well, we
they
don't
waiting
want to
for?
bring them
Yeah,
up unless we know that they're going to have success.
right.
Well, if you look at the 1951 Giants, when they brought up Mays, Mays went like 0 for 34 in
Right.
his third. I mean, you going to tell me that he.
Daryl
So, in
Strawberry
any
was
event,
the same way. Daryl Strawberry started with the Mets like 0 for 19. I remember that. Yeah, he
yeah,
had a slow start too. So
well, it's
yeah,
hard. To me, it's important that they get a feel for baseball. I mean,
right.
look at. I mean, it's obvious that Alvarez is trying to hit home runs. That's all he's trying to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's
somebody's got
better
to
than
put him
last
in.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I mean by that is he's swinging for the fences
Oh
on
yeah,
all
yeah,
pitches, and
yeah.
that's my problem with Alonso. I mean, is that he looks like a reincarnated Kingman.
Yeah, I saw you make a comment about that.
They say, well, he's got 100 RBIs, he's got 30, 40 home runs, he's hitting 221. And the Mets are losing with him or without him. So
Yeah.
why would you pay him a lot of money?
So where are they putting Mauricio? What
He's
position?
playing second base, batting
Oh,
ninth.
oh,
I mean,
batting ninth. Okay.
they've got Alvarez, Beatty, and Mauricio, the bottom of the lineup.
Oh, okay. How about Vientos? Is he in there?
I didn't see Vientos.
Yeah.
No, they got that numbnuts Vogelbeck, whatever his
Oh,
name, Vogelbach.
he was in the Bad News Bears, I think, the movie.
I look at. I mean, he's hit a few home runs. He's got his average up to 228, so he's really climbing.
Right,
Uh,
right.
But why would you not play? What's his name? You mentioned his name? Begins with a
Vientos.
V. Vientos. Why wouldn't you play him? Well, I mean, Vogelback is not going to be on the Mets next year.
No.
He has no future with the Mets, and so why are you playing him? You have no. I mean, the Mets have no future this year. So get these guys experience.
Right.
Forget this right and left stuff. I will say that I've been impressed with the Stewart has done well,
Oh
and the
yes,
kid
yeah.
and the other kid in left field has done some good things.
Ortega.
Ortega, yeah,
Yeah. Right.
and the second baseman or third baseman, he can't hit, but he sure can field. He's a good fielder.
Yeah. I forgot his name. It's a Latin name, but
Or Zeus, or
yeah. Well, this is bottomed out for the Mets, so next year I
well,
don't
but
think it's gonna be
I mean, it's like everybody fell asleep.
yeah. I mean,
Well,
last year they were in the playoffs, and
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Well, it's becoming evident to me that I like McNeil as a player, but his style is
Yeah.
the Mets need some power. I mean, there's a kid. I think they should have McNeil as the leadoff hitter and Nimmo, who's starting to hit with some power.
Right. Yeah.
Put him in third, and get somebody to hit behind Alvarez. I mean,
Yeah.
not Alvarez, Alonso.
Alonso. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
All right. Put your call into Epler and Dave Hearns. I think that's his name, right? For next year.
Oh,
Guy
Stearns,
they get
they're
from
they're
Stearns.
hoping they get him.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
All right. That's a look at the Mets baseball, the season that didn't happen, and all the money was spent, and of course the weekend at Del Mar, Saratoga, and look at Kentucky Downs. I know we were short of time, but they've got a good card over there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. I did hit the first race there the other day.
Good.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And our guys, Howard, what's his last name?
Halloran and Pete Visco.
Yeah,
Right.
they won the last race,
Oh, okay.
$150,000 maiden race. They won, and it's the largest purse that Adelphi has gotten so far.
Oh, wow.
Maiden
So,
race.
yeah. That's a conglomerate, right? People buy in at a low share, or is it something like that?
Yeah. It's not like the one you had.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
These are actually you're actually becoming a partner, I think.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So,
All right, Dad. Hey, thanks to give us the insight, and hopefully the viewers, listeners, can take some of that.
Some horses, not the bet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And don't hold this against us. It's just an opinion. Our opinions only. Yeah.
Information only.
Information only. Yeah. We cannot be held accountable. All right, Dad. Thanks.
Do you know what the spread for UNLV Bryant is tomorrow? Have you
I don't know, but I would take all that retirement money and put some of it on it,